some good old-fashioned art, some artwork. I still have yet to replace that. I don't quite know what I want to replace it with yet, but I'll work on it. And this is actually Dmitry Lavrenko. I'm probably mispronouncing that, and that's him right there. He was actually the Allied tank ace of aces. He was the best one on the Allied side. The best German one was some Kurt something. I can't remember his full name. I could probably Google it, but I'm lazy. But he had like double his. Like Kurt was a master of fucking killing tanks apparently. But this is my entire thing. Certain more modern tanks have fewer crew members, required to actually make a tank work. I know the Russians pumped out in 2016 a BTR, effectively, that didn't only require 2 people, while other tanks throughout history may have tanks, crews of upwards of 8 or even 10, depending on which ones they were. So I kind of address this by your crew, the amount of crew skills you have to just give out is effectively tied to the total number of your crew times 3. So every one number of your crew is, actually I should change that to 2. Pretty much, they're going to have at least a 2 in everything, or a 2 in whatever attribute you choose to focus them in on. So if we go to the Iron Caskets preliminary notes, go all the way down, here is our... Oh, ding, ding, ding. What is it? Let me guess. It's going to be Twitch telling me that I can run everything from my phone. Oh my god, everyone. I'm psychic. Still drinking a profuse amount because I am an alcoholic. Okay. So, if we... Okay, we got everything here. Gonna bump the font up so everyone can actually read this. Alright. They are called when the crew member is using the part of the vehicle. When using a part. God, how do I want to word this? Crew skills are used when a tank commander issues an order for their crew to follow. If a part of a tank is inoperable, they cannot use their skill in that area as the actually no. There are 6 skills on every crew member. That every crew member may learn. Driver, mechanic, gunner, loader, machine gunner, radio operator. And then we're going to actually steal from up here. The crewmen. Pilot and maneuver the tank to expert efficiency. Efficiently. Mechanic. Crewman skill at repairing damage to the tank, outside and inside its chassis. We're not actually going to use this. We're just going to do a cut down version of it. Loader. Crewman's performance and speed. at loading, actually at finding and loading certain kind, loading ammunition for the main gun, as well as restocking machine guns, machine gunner, the crewman's ability to shoot, to actually aim and fire, the tank sidearm, machine guns at approaching infantry or enemy tanks, and radio operator, the crewman's knowledge of the complex radio signals, call-outs, and orders given to others on the field battle. For order loader, we have a gun. The crewman's natural hit a target with the tank's main weapon, its cannon. Its cannon. And here we go. Efficiently outside its chassis. Tab. Gonna mechanic, driver. Actually, I should add some more in. Crewmen. Treating non-mechanical injuries to the crew. Assisting those who are knocked out, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, B, C, D, E, F, G, J, K, machine gunner, medic, mechanic, medic, radio operator, loader, gunner, and then we're doing with soldier at the bottom. Soldier. Veterancy on the field of battle. Warfare. Shoot. And then we put mechanic right here, medic, radio operator, and soldier. I'm gonna put 3 in here instead. Because I know inevitably I'm going to actually add a picture here. I'm going to split these up in 2. I'm going to get it up to 3 just because I've added 2 more. Let's see. Crewmen's knowledge. All right. And we're going to now want to write another section. So we have what the crew looks like. So average tank a starting tank crew and their commander. So we're going to do an example. A starting tank crew and their commander. We're going to have the heroic return of Hans Tankman. I actually thought about changing logistics, and I think I know what I'm going to change it to. So OPS. Actually, OPR would probably be best. Machine commander's building manipulate machine. Yeah, and operate parts of their own tank. The character with high operations is a tank man through and through, able to know knowing every part of their vehicle like it's their own child. A character with low operations is a refined gentleman who doesn't deal with the common rabble below him, and he doesn't know where the engine is, and they don't know where the engine is. Operating parts of the tank. Field mechanic skill. Field mechanics. Maximizing resource usage. Effectively, operations is kind of what I was looking for with logistics, but just never... I just couldn't get the wording the way I wanted to. But effectively, it's your ability to actually do things in your tank. It's your ability to actually drive the thing. So someone with like really high operations is going to be really good, but they may not be actually like good at tactics or good at authority. You know, they've been kind of promoted up the ranks that would have high operations, but maybe not authority or tactics. No, your men don't listen to you hardly, but you know, you can. Do you know how to fix your tank? Oh yes. Authority, operations, tactics, warfare, tank, and we're going to call it the M7 Hans Group. Actually, what's a weird German tanks? When you have a name of Hans, you gotta have a... Grastrakta. Give me some weird... Oh, wait, I know it. Yep, they're out. The best Bob Semple tank. And it has a 7-man crew. So our boy Hans Tank Man. We just go all the way up here. Our commander has 5 attribute points to distribute at the beginning. He's going to have 2 authority, 2 operations, and 1 tactics. Actually, he's going to have 0 tactics. He's going to have 1 warfare. Everyone listens to him. He knows how to make his Bob Semple actually work. But so he's going. So actually, what's the most Kiwi name generator? Just give me random New Zealand names. Team Vestrani. Yeah, Victor. Gina Thorpe. Rashid McDormand. Oh, let's get some. Yep, well, we'll bring in Kiri in here. So we have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, here's our. Yep, here's our men. We have Akeem Best. Actually, we're actually gonna make Mr. Holmes. Jeremy Holmes. Jeremy Holmes. A man, the myth, the legend. Commander of the Bob Semple tank. 2 operations, 2 authority, 2 operations, 0 tactics. And now we get to distribute our crew. So we have 6 times 3. So we have 18 points. So 18 crew points to distribute. So Jeklowski here. Jeklowski is going to be our driver. He's going to have a 3 there. Actually, since he's going to be our... that's all he's going to do. He's going to have a 4, in fact. Gino. Here he's going to be our main gunner. He's going to have a 3 there. He's also going to be able to be a machine gunner, 2. So Rashid is going to be our primary mechanic at 3, but he's also going to be our radio operator at 3. So that takes us down to 3, and that means Avery going to be our radio operator. Arnold here is going to be our medic. And Kieran's going to be our loader. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out 1 there and 1 there. Actually, I'm going to do a gunner 2. Actually, mechanic 2. So let's see, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I have 4 points left. What am I missing? Actually, another machine gunner wouldn't hurt. So we're going to make Rashid our second machine gunner. 2, make our loader a 2 as well. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 17. I have 1 more point to distribute. We're going to give Arnold a second one. He's also going to be our soldier 1. So he's actually not that great at money things outside helping our boys and making sure we don't die. And of course, we always have to give them ages because we are evil. Victor here is going to be 32. Gina is going to be 26, 27, 28. Rashid's going to be 30. Our man Jeremy is going to be obviously be the 42-year-old commander. Avery here is going to be 40. Arnold here is going to be 34. And Kieran's going to be 26. He's going 25. He's going to be the baby of this group. No, screw it. We'll make him 24. And if we get the tank crew ranks, so if I remember correctly, if we go off our nice little thing right here, OR5. OR-5. Let's see. Latvia, Lithuania, Romania, Slovenia, Turkey. Actually, let's use the UK ones. Of course. So we'd probably be an OR6. Sergeant Jeremy Holmes. Alright, so the tank. Let's see. We're gonna go down British tank crew, World War II. Okay, cool. I am correct. So we have Sergeant Jeremy Holmes, Victor Jaklowski, our driver, and also our second in command, and our boy Kieran, who is Private Kieran. Oh gosh, there we go. PVT Arnold, PVT Jabrowski. And we want to go back down to the UK. Where's the UK? Let's see. What's the Lance Corporal? And yep, Lance Corporal Gino and Lance Corporal Rashid. Yep, we have our men, and of course we need to give them suitably awful backstories. And student, mailman, English teacher, there we go. We have our brave men right here. We have Private Kieran Turner, who was formerly a student. We have Arnold Lacken, our mailman, turned medic and soldier. Our English teacher, operator Avery Jabrowski, probably a Pole with that last name. And let's see who else we have. We have Lance Corporal Rashid McDermott, who's formerly a car mechanic, and that's why he has his mechanic skill. And we have Lance Corporal Gino Thorpe, who's a farmer. He's our best gunner and machine gunner. And we have Corporal Victor Jakalski, who is a trucker, and he is driver 4. And Sergeant Jeremy Holmes, Tank Commander. We are the brave men of the Bob Semple to actually, let's actually get a real tank. New Zealand tanks. Let's see. Well, let's see what the Centurion tank looks like. What's its crew? Gunner, loader, driver. So it's only 4, so we're going to have to drop. Actually, no, screw it. Keeping the Bob Semple because I want all my boys in here. Get the Bob Semple tank. And we're going to insert table right here. Yep, the Bob Semple is a complete meme tank, but it's our meme tank. So there we go. We've split up all our points. Oof. Come on back. God, how long have we been streaming? About 40 minutes to get all this done. Yeah, that seems about right. So we've gotten all of this done. And where is that? The D100 personality chart. So I'm going to take all of these, hit backspace, and now we get to go through here. Because pretty much, as I kind of stated at the beginning, this is going to have a lot of charts in it. And what these charts are effectively going to be are a lot of ways just to flesh out the tank. And this is going to go on a side note, effectively saying, roll on this chart if you want to get your idea of your crew members. You know, your crew is a very important part of it. And I want you to feel like they are important. They have character, and they have purpose. So let's see. Always bored, angry, drunk, knowingly crown god, bigoted, bloody-minded, boastful, Pokemon posse, bully, cocky like can-do, chatterbox. Competitive, condescending, conniving, conspiracy theorist, creep, exquisite. Let me see. I believe this goes here. Foppish. Foppish and exquisite dresser. I'm kind of taking that a little bit differently. Exquisite dresser effectively says, yeah, I know they look the best they can. They always like putting on suits and stuff. So they're the ones who like putting on the dress blues and looking good. And the foppish guys are the ones who look good whether you like it or not. Realistic, literate, incredibly persistent, insightful, into crystals. Introvert. Jack of all trades, jerk, klutz, knows everybody, life of the party, mad genius, magnetic personality. Militantly vegan. Synthrope, miser, mopey, naive, nerd, no nonsense, obsessive, old fart. Old timey. Perfect manners, pouty, power hungry, prickly, ruthless, sadist, self-destructive, self-important, self-pitying, senile. Let's see. Oh. Sacrilegious. Shameless. Oh, I should actually put sacrilegious is there. Serene, shameless, flirt, slacker, slimy, slovenly, snarky, snitch, snob. Sophist, spacey, terrible memory. thick. Toady. Lyle, twitchy, vain, vengeful, village idiot, well-traveled whiner, wild child, wisecracking, world-weary. There we go. And the ones I took out were mainly to kind of ease up on the actual game master, so it's not like, yes, they're the femme fatale. I have no women in my campaign. Oh. Which is a thing that may completely happen, because, again, this is going to be based on war things, and if you want to keep it historically accurate, obviously you're not going to have that many women driving. Actually, side note. Crew and personality. Your crew is important. They have families, lives, and people they care about back home. But they will die. To really add insult to injury, not only dictate where they are from, how old they are, feel free to roll on this 1d100 chart. Determine their personality. They'll always follow orders. But snarky comments, great observations, and the occasional bout of drunken excess makes each crew unique. Because one of my main goals on this is to really make you care about your guys. Is like, by the end, if you lose your crew, I want you to feel like, oh shit, you lost someone important to you. Like, these aren't just random guy number 226. No, this is my guy. He's dead because I fucked up. And he's dead now, and I don't know how to fix it. And we're like, oh, hey, you didn't just kill, Billy Bob from North Dakota didn't die. Billy Bob died from North Dakota, but he was also kind of a creep, and everyone's kind of happy he's not around anymore, but you kind of feel bad because he was only like 20. And you're like, crap. What am I trying to do here? Ooh, you can't do that, can you? You can't, can you? Fuck. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do is, this is why I always make a Google Sheet on top of everything, so you can just quickly do this. Actually, if we go up to 50, we break it in half, what does it look like? Awful. It looks awful is what the answer is. Oh. Oh, oh, God. No. Calm, calm, calm. Yes, yes. There we go. There we go. We're good. We good. We good. We Gucci. We Gucci. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to break it up into 4. We're going to have to break it up into 4 effectively. Paste unlinked. Okay, so now we get to fix this nightmare. Cool, cool. Okay, let's do this. Delete that column. Delete that column. And we're going to select literally everything here. And we want to do table properties. Black 0.7, actually black 0.5 for the alignment, table alignment center. We're going to do column width 1 and minimum row height 1. We just want to do this to get everything looking correct. Because everything is 1 by 1 now. So we're just going to chatterbox, chirpy, competitive, compulsive liar, conniving, and there we go. Ugh, that doesn't work the way I was hoping. Did not mean to do that. Table properties. So now we get to do this. 0.55. Properties 0.55. 0.55. And we're going to do table properties 1. We're going to put this to 1.25. Yeah, okay, that's going to work. Table properties 1.25. 1.25. There we go. Everything should be good. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to shrink it down by... I'm going to just make this a 10-point thing. Put its own thing right there. Table properties, middle, center. There we go. Yep, you just roll D100. You find out what it is on here. Roll twice if you want to. Each crew unique. Alright, let's see. So, we've got the crew done. We've got the commander done. We've got the unfun. We've got character creation done. We have our characters and we have our crew and we know how it works. So what does that mean now? What do we still need to do? Okay, what do we need to do first is tank design. Tank design is one. Tank design is going to be a fairly long segment, and we're going to have to go to combat. We're going to go to the combat, and then we're going to do the campaign. Actually, what I'm going to... Yeah, actually, for combat, I'm going to put long battles in skirmishes, the campaign. Actually, this is going to be called the... Yeah, there the campaign. Here we're going to have the regiment, the war, and the result, and the bot, and the war result in the carnage. And then finally the Reaper's Toll. So we have our tank design section. The tank design section is going to be fairly complex, but we're going to effectively have to break this down into light tanks, medium tanks, heavy tanks, super heavies. And then we're going to have to put in extra content, extra treads. Actually, what I should have to do, so tank design, types of tanks. Tank parts and functions. Preliminary document, we go here. Okay. So the regiment's going to be pretty much about detailing how to build your own regiment. The war is going to be effectively the... Actually, I should put the campaign... Actually, yeah, the war. The war is going to be mostly about actually waging wars and how kind of the macro element of the game comes into, because you're going to be, again, the commander himself, you know, the overall commander, your Erwin, Rommels, and such, as well as kind of dealing with like things like, oh, where are your logistics coming from? Are you actually getting resupplied properly? And things like that. Kind of your overall campaign is right here. The glory is going to be the advancement section. I'm actually going to just put... And finally, the Reaper's Toll. Reaper's Toll is going to have to be an entire section of what happens when you explode. And when you do explode, this is what happens. Because the idea is that your characters are not going to be immortal. Because it's very simple to make a character. Like, that entire time I made a new tank crew and tank, The hardest part of it was me coming up with the names and backgrounds for them. Like, that, the completely meaningless sections. Like, that's kind of the hard part of it, is doing that part, but that's not really a fundamental part. Because if you already have a tank, you're going to be constantly kind of recycling your various tanks, and kind of the better you do, the more glory and stuff that you have, the more kind of design on your tanks you're allowed to have. But it's kind of the story of brave tank commanders being brave tank commanders and dying heroically in the field of battle and trying to become tank aces. So that's effectively going to be dying in glory. So extra treads, that's going to do is fun crewmen. Actually, I should say unique crewmen. Like, unique crewmen, what I'm effectively saying is dog. Yeah, you can just have a dog in your tank with you. And what does the dog do? Give you +1 to everything you have. But he takes up a crew slot, which could be very problematic in case you have a very small tank. Or it could be very good if you have a very large tank and kind of have other people doing things. Dog doesn't do anything except provide +1s to all of your rolls, which are really good and overall if you want to do something like that. Or it's, men in your tank who do certain things, or if you want more advanced ideas, which actually brings me to the second part of this. I should put eras, tank warfare, from rolling coffins to walking tanks. And effectively, that's going to be saying, yeah, here's turning this game into a mecha game for this walking tanks idea, more VTs than anything. I said I was going to do it, I may as well fucking do it. Actually, supply lines and logistical problems. Tank design. Fantastic tank designs. Fate, Destiny, and playing the main characters. Effectively, this is going to be if you are playing a campaign that is appropriate for it, and like where you don't die when you were normally to die. You just get knocked out or something like that. You lose your tank, but warfare, advanced warfare, and ammunitions, and advanced warfare. And finally, arcade mode. Yeah, arcade mode is pretty much making things a lot easier, and that's just kind of like effectively turning the game into easy mode, like an entire section on turning this into like an easier method of doing things. Advanced warfare is going to be adding a lot of just little bits and bobs of like, hey, what happens if you ram a tank? Or what happens when you flip a tank, and more things to add to the battlefield and more things to add. Actually, I should add battlefields, countryside engagement, countryside and urban engagements. Because obviously tanks in urban environments are a lot different than anything long battle skirmishes. Infantry support. So this is our current, what we need to do. Probably next time I stream, maybe tomorrow, may not be, depending on how I'm feeling. This is what we'll probably be working on, tank designs. Extra treads are kind of the making this game kind of work the way it's supposed to be. Actual tank designs, I do plan on making it fairly easy to make your own tank, like what defines a light tank, what defines a medium tank, what defines heavy tanks, super heavies. And actually what I should put here is design workshop, and then putting some famous historical tanks. I'll probably just put like the T-34, the M4 Sherman, the Firefly, the Churchill, and some modern tanks on there, and then we're going to do famous, you know. Then we're going to do actually unique tank designs. Unique crewmen, and here's the battlefield. There we go. Yep, this is it. Probably the hardest part's going to be this right here. This is what's going to take a majority of the time. These next couple streams, it's going to be this. Tank design, I have the idea in my head of what it looks like, because that's going to be like your primary, almost your character sheet almost, and kind of how you choose to make it. But you also have, for example, in Only War, the popular 40k RPG about Imperial Guardsmen, you have the Universal Standard Kit, you know, USK. Your Universal Standard Kit contains everything your regiment has by default, so you have to create tanks, because you're not going to have super heavies along with light tanks. You're not going to have heavies along with your medium tanks. You're going to have one or the other, really. And it's going to be kind of focused down. But I want your starting tank, and if you survive a few battles, get a few kills, and really make it your own, I want that tank to feel like it's your tank. It's your unique tank. It has the decals on the side. It is, you know, her name is the Waltzing Matilda, and if you don't call her that, the driver's going to punch you in the face, because it's his baby and will take care of it to his dying breath, which is next mission as he explodes as the ammo gets popped. So that's my idea, and from there I will actually see you all next time. The process of uploading all the streams to YouTube is going along smoothly, so if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and do all that jazz. Smash that like button and that bell. Doesn't really actually do anything, I guess. I don't really care, to be honest. If you're listening on this Twitch later on, feel free to follow me. I try to stream every day. I've been streaming later and later because I am a goddamn vampire, and I blame my friends for wanting to play video games with me when I normally start my stream. And because I am a weak man who has no self-control and usually go along with them. So, thank you all very much. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.